Hello, my dear friends. Today we're going to talk about being on schedule and how that works in the FlyLady system. Being on schedule, that means that you first of all have a schedule. Let's think about a train or a plane or some other form of transportation that we might be using and how affected we are by that negatively when they are not on schedule. They're running late. Okay, so we don't want to run late. Now, can I say that I never run late? Absolutely not. I run late. It's not a good thing. It's an ADD thing. We have to have a schedule. We have to have a timer. I will tell you that the timer that I've been using is a little chime. And you know, it's funny that after a while, you don't even hear that chime anymore. So I've changed it to the Downton Abbey theme, which is nice and loud. And now when my Downton Abbey theme goes off, I know something's happening and I need to shift gears. And so that's what I want you to do. Work with yourself to come up with something that keeps you on schedule. Now, number one, you've got to have your plan. You've got to have your planner, and I recommend Kimmy's planner, the She's in Her Apron planner at she'sinherapron.com. I recommend that. You can order it and pay payments. I recommend the weekly planner. You can either get it in seasonally. It's a 4-month book like this one, or annually. But I recommend the weekly planner. That's the one I recommend. Okay. But you need that planner so that you can write down all the things you're doing today. Okay. As I'm recording this for you, it's going to be Tuesday, which is actually on the classic FlyLady plan is a rest day. It is a free day. So you don't have to do anything in your zone and you don't have to do anything in your basic weekly plan today. But you still have routine, so we still have a schedule. So you're going to have in your planner to what time you're going to get up, how long it's going to take you think, to do your morning routine based on your history, and then how long it takes you to get some laundry in. When are you going to check that laundry again? When are you taking it out of the dryer and folding it, not leaving it in a nice cold crunchy pile, but folding it or hanging it up and putting it away immediately? That's part of your schedule. And then lunch, is that on a schedule for you? Are you at home homemaker, or do you work? Even when you work, you have to have some hard stops in your day or you'll just work through. So have a hard stop for your lunch or your break. Unless you've got to be on some special project or, that happens occasionally. But in general, you should have a time where you normally stop and have a break, or you normally stop and have lunch, or you normally stop and go home for the day. Just like you have a time to be there in the morning. Back in the old days when I worked for Amtrak, we had to clock in. Old-fashioned. We had to clock in. Now, in the more current way, for people who clock in, you clock in on your system, on your computer. But it's still, the idea is that you don't want to be late for work. You have to be on schedule. So I want you to schedule out your day, every day, so that you know what's happening. That does not mean that it has to be frustrating or hard. It's just today that you're doing. You're not doing tomorrow. You're not worrying about yesterday, even if you flubbed up. We're just working on today. And it's just for this next 30 minutes or next hour. And you do the things that you said you would do during that hour. It's a form of self-discipline. So if you have your schedule and your schedule says, okay, today we're going to get up and do the morning routine. I'm going to get the children up and put them through their morning routine. I need to take 2 of the kids to camp first thing in the morning. I've got to do 2 loads of laundry today. I'm going to plan on starting it here and finishing it here and putting them away here. I'm going to do 3 clutter stops today because these kids are a mess and I'm a mess and we need to stop rebuilding clutter. So I'm going to do a clutter stop in the morning at noon and before the children go to bed. And you've got all these little things written in your planner. I like to use abbreviations to do that. So I would say L for laundry, and I might have L down 3 times. Put it in the dryer, fold it and put it away. LLL. You might have 4 or 5 times that you have to do laundry today. Put it in the dryer, next one goes in, that's just 1 L. Take it out of the dryer, fold it, and put another load in the dryer and another in the washer, that's just 1 L. You're doing something with the laundry until you're done, okay? I hope that makes sense. And then we're going to work on the clutter stop. Could be CS for clutter stop. Morning routine, AM for morning, R for routine. Before bed routine, BBR. After dinner routine, ADR. Put these little things in your planner so that you know about when it's going to happen. I'm going to flip over to my planner to a place that I haven't written in so you can see what it looks like before you write things in. So this is the month of, I don't know, August, okay? The month of August. So let's say it's Tuesday. You've already written Monday in. And you've got other things written in here, and you say, okay, I've got to get up at, there's no time here, but you know that this is about 6 o'clock, right? You get up, and this is about 10 o'clock where you go to bed, and this is about lunchtime. And so you kind of put things where they go, all right? And then today, you don't look at this, you don't look at this, you just look at this. And you might have some codes in there for zones, for example. Down here, this is Kimmy's planner. She's in her apron planner. There's a place that says zones. I would say zone 4. I'll put it right there. And I would write master bedroom. And I would do 1, 2, 3, 4. And I would say what I was going to do. Dresser drawer, another dresser drawer, a third dresser drawer, the bottom of the closet. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's say that we're on Wednesday now. might have a 2 written in there because I did a 1 on this day. And I want to do it in the morning. I'm going to put it up here. Okay? So that's what you want to do. You want to have this schedule, this structure, so that you stay on schedule, because when you run late, it doesn't just impact you. It impacts everyone else. Just like when the plane is late, or the train is late, or the bus is late, or whomever's picking your child up from school is late. If it's you, it impacts more than just you and your child. It impacts the aftercare school people, or the office workers, or the crossing guards, or whomever. It impacts them. So we want to stop being selfish, because what ends up, and I know because I run late sometimes, so I'm just going to tell you the truth. When you run late, it's because you're selfish. You want to hear this last thing. You want to talk to this person a few more minutes. You want to keep watching that show. You want to keep looking online. You want to keep doing whatever it is you're doing. That's not the discipline that you need to be doing. When you discipline yourself, you're going to feel better in the end. Okay, so you want to make sure that you discipline yourself, and you discipline yourself to discipline your children. And that's hard as parents. It's a self-discipline to discipline children, because no one wants to do that. I know we don't. The kids might not know that, but we know that. We don't want to discipline them. We want them to just behave. But they don't just behave because they're little children. And we are their parents, and you as the mother are the nurturer, and you are the homemaker, and you're that one. Even if you work at an office, that's still your primary vocation. So when you are at the office, you still have to say, oh, I've got to leave at X time, even though I love this project I'm working on, and it's so much easier than making dinner for the children and listening to them bicker in the back seat. But I've got to pick them up, because I've got to feed them dinner and get them to their class, their football practice, or their swim lessons, or whatever. So even there, you have to follow a structure, a schedule. So today I want you to really, really chew on the fact that the reason we run late is because, number one, we have ADD, and it's really difficult because sometimes we just aren't aware. But number two, if you have set up fail safes, like my Downton Abbey song that I listen to, do 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 do, nice and loud, that means I got to get up and do something else that I don't want to do because I'm having fun doing what I'm doing, no matter what it is. We seem to be resistant to change to the next thing, and then we have fun at the next thing, because one thing about us, we always have fun, don't we? All right, so today I want you to think about structure, schedule, being on time. Make sure you have a structure, you have a plan to follow, and then really work on being on time. And don't let others steal this from you, because sometimes at work, for example, there may be things that are out of your control, and people come in and we have a nice long meeting and we can't get out of the meeting. if you can, before you go into the meeting, say, I have another a meeting or another appointment or whatever at X o'clock. So when we get there, I'm going to need to go. Now, sometimes that doesn't work, but in general, if you set expectations with the people you're talking to, you'll be able to go on to the next thing. And in the end, that will be so much better. Okay, that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoy your free day, and I hope that you always remember that you are beautiful. So, be beautiful.